We are now joined with Indian photojournalist Danish Siddiqui. Starting with the obvious question, how does it feel winning the Pulitzer?
It feels great, and it feels honored to be awarded the Pulitzer Prize for one of the most important stories which happened last year, which was the Rohingya refugee crisis. And it's special because it's the first time an Indian photojournalist has been awarded Pulitzer Prize in last more than 100 years of the history of Pulitzer. So yeah, it's a great feeling.
Danish, how did you become a photojournalist? What drew you towards this career?
Well, I tried print, I tried television, and then I tried photojournalism. For me, this was the most comfortable mode of journalism. I always wanted to become a journalist, and I found that this was the most comfortable mode for myself, because I could take pictures and then not worry about whether it can be manipulated, somebody can manipulate it or not, because it is what it is. So I had the freedom to do stories and to I just started my career with actually a photojournalist with Reuters, and with Reuters I have traveled to various parts of the world.
What do you think makes for a powerful image? Is it the technical composition or the photographer being emotionally invested in the moment?
Well, it's a combination of the powerful picture is made by a lot of things. The first and foremost thing is that you have to be there to capture the moment. And the second thing is like composition, of course, is very important part. The light is very important part. But also as a photographer, you have to be involved. You have to know the story. You have to know why is it happening. So you have to know the reason. If you know the why something is happening, I think you can make a better picture. Because to take a picture is not a great deal, I would say. Everybody is a photographer right now because they have a phone camera. But the difference between a photojournalist and somebody on a street taking a picture is that because we know why. Why do we take a picture? So we answer the question ourselves, why we want to take a picture, and then we take a picture. And other people or somebody on the street, a random person, will take a picture just for the sake of it. But we don't take pictures for the sake of it.
Right.
We want to tell the stories through the pictures.
Also, Danish, please tell us about the Pulitzer Award for Reuters for Rohingya photo coverage and what you felt were the most powerful images in that campaign.
It's about the whole coverage. It's awarded to the whole team. And one of the pictures, it includes a few pictures of pine where, for example, a woman has touched the shore as soon as she landed from Myanmar. And as you could see in the background, there are villages which are being burnt by the military or I don't know who, but you could see the smoke. And this was a kind of a desperate escape for this woman who I think has never traveled in a boat, and as she was quite exhausted when she came to the shore, and she just wanted to touch the ground to feel that finally she has landed somewhere, that she was not in the water. I have a few more, but I think this is one of the most powerful pictures which I have taken, because it tells you the whole story. It has everything. It has the desperation of the Rohingya refugees. You have the Myanmar in the background where villages are getting burned, or you can see the smoke. And then you have these people in the background, which you can see people carrying their whatever, like bags and stuff, and how they escaped from Myanmar.
Danish, covering conflicts must be an exhaustive job. Powerful photographs can leave a lasting impression. How did the Rohingya crisis affect you personally and professionally?
Well, we in Reuters, we are, of course, we have facilities that we can go to people, we can talk to our peers if we have any problem. But yes, it didn't affected me, because the camera is a very important tool. It keeps us a bit away from what is happening on the ground. For me, it's very it makes a kind of wall between me and what is happening outside, or which is happening beyond the camera lens. So yeah, it didn't affected me, but emotionally, of course, you I'm a father of a 2-year-old kid, so of course I can sometimes see my kid getting drowned, or sometimes I see my kid getting affected by the crisis. But again, you have to be a human being first, rather than being just a mechanical, like a technical photographer. Sometimes you have to, keep away all the things aside and then just be a human being. And
Also, Danish, photographs often paint the true picture, but can it be said that this brings the prizes and recognition?
I don't think so. That there's a appetite. It's just like that. These pictures. Why do we take pictures? We take pictures so that people get to know what is happening. Okay. If we take a picture of a nice thing, people might not notice it. But this is the reality, which is happening. If there was a nice thing that people have taken pictures of, for example, joy in Rohingya camps, people are getting married or something like that. But this is the reality, that how people are escaping, how people are who have actually no place to go, how are they just running away a few things, taking dangerous boat rides and coming to a different country. We have to show that. And that is the reality right now, unfortunately. These are the times which we are living in, whether you go to Middle East or whether you go in Bangladesh, Myanmar, that is what is happening. And we have to show. At the end of the day, as a photographer, I am just a historian. I am just capturing the history. I don't care whether it's bad or good. My job is just to capture it. That's it.
So what's next lined up for you, Danish?
In terms of work, yeah, I'm working on a few. I'm working on a few projects. And I just came back from. Actually, spent a couple of weeks in Rajasthan. I was working on rural healthcare, and was staying with people from a train hospital and how they are serving the rural areas in India. So yeah, right now I just want to take it easy for a month, then start working again on my long-term projects.
My last question to you, Danish. Any advice you would like to offer budding photojournalists in the country?
Yeah, well, for photojournalists, I would like them not to just jump into photojournalism. It's not a glamorous kind of job. Before even jumping into photojournalism, you should study. So I studied economics, and then I studied mass communication, did a master's in mass communication. And I know that whatever I studied in economics, it makes me think in a much more better way when I'm taking pictures. And I would advise that people should study some subjects, social sciences, sciences, or anything, before being a journalist. And it's not a glamorous job. You have to stay away from your family for weeks, and you have to escape a lot of things. But somebody has to tell the story, and yeah, you have to. And I get a great support from my families, and so I'm proud about my job. Yeah.